Episode 34, Anger and Desire. Julia was rendered speechless and realized that she had misspoken. She suddenly became incredibly pale. As a teenager, no matter how fierce her mother and sister were, she was still immature. Against Serena, Julia had lost completely. Hearing Amelia's words, Julia quickly explained. "How is that possible? Do not listen to her, Amelia. I am not—" However, as young as Amelia was, she was not dumb. Julia had acknowledged already. Her explanation was not trustworthy at all. Looking at her best friend's incredulous look, Julia felt too ashamed to stay there. She gave a fierce stare at Serena and ran away with tears in her eyes. Looking at Serena apologetically, Amelia quickly went after Julia. "You haven't paid!" The owner of the barbecue stand quickly shouted. "We will pay together. Here," Henry said, and quickly picked up the check. "I'll give you a ride. It is late now." "It's okay. I can take a taxi." "It's all right. We are in the same direction." Serena checked the time and found it was about 9 o'clock. It was not too late. However, it was not easy to find a taxi at this location. Serena thought about it and nodded. "Okay, thank you." Henry smiled and opened the door for Serena like a gentleman. However, before Serena went inside, she heard horns honking. Serena looked over and saw Jake's black Maybach. Quiet but fierce. Marcus lowered the window and said, "Madam, sir asked me to drive you back." Serena frowned slightly and said, "He sent you here?" Hearing the confirmation, Serena felt even more weird. Since when did Jake start to care for her? If it were in her previous lifetime, Jake would have wished her death sooner. He had never cared about where she was, let alone sending someone for her. In this lifetime, too many things had changed. Serena did not refuse, but looked at Henry apologetically. "Just go back. I will let Marcus take me." "Okay." Henry was a bit worried, thinking of the rumor about Jake being a tyrant. "You are sure everything's okay?" He was afraid that this meeting would bring Serena unnecessary trouble. After all, the girl of the Cox family was trying to slander them. Combined with the call, it was worrying. "It's fine." Serena gave him a reassuring smile. "It is just a convenient marriage between us. He never cared about me." Hearing that, Henry felt relieved. "Great. Take care." Serena nodded and opened the door in the back. However, the minute the door was opened, she was taken aback. In the dim light, there was a tall figure sitting in the back, looking arrogant. His eyes were narrowed as he leaned back on the leather seat. Danger! Serena stepped back vigilantly, but he suddenly pulled her close. Yanked by the man unexpectedly, Serena let out a cry and lost her balance. She tried to hold the car ceiling, but her hand was held down. Serena almost fell on top of Jake. Her face fell into his chest, while her hand touched something warm. Subconsciously, she grabbed at that thing, which felt soft, but then became harder. Shocked, Serena suddenly realized what it was, released it, and quickly looked up. She immediately met his dark eyes, which were incredibly cold with hidden flames. It was either anger or desire. The mysterious look of his made Serena sense an upcoming crisis. This man is terrifying. Serena's heart raced. She wanted to get up, but her waist was held down by a strong arm. Serena's heart trembled. Mistrust filled his eyes. He looked exactly like when he listened to her trying to explain that she did not start a fire in her previous lifetime. However, in addition to the indifference, there was also anger and desire. Jake seized her chin. "Please!" Feeling a sudden pain, Serena exclaimed, her voice trembling. Seeing Serena falling into the car, Henry was startled and quickly ran over. As he approached, he heard her exclaiming, which scared him. However, before Henry could touch her sleeve, the door of the Maybach was suddenly shut, and the car was pulled away. "Asshole! Would this guy hit a woman? And you call yourself a man? So disgusting!" Henry cursed, getting in his car and following the Maybach. It was summertime, but Serena felt a chill. Holding her chin, Jake could feel the slight quiver from her body. His eyes became even darker. "You're scared of me?" Hearing his question, Serena clenched her fists. Scared? Of course. She had seen Jake like this multiple times in her previous lifetime. He was mad. Seeing Serena was silent, Jake squeezed her chin harder. Serena frowned and clearly felt the heat of his hand. "Since you're scared of me, why did you cheat on me?" "I did not!" Serena shook her head, but the pain on her chin was even sharper. "He is just my classmate!" Jake looked down and saw her breasts against his chest. Her deep cleavage moved slightly as she breathed. Just one glance made him go mad. "A low-cut dress? For your classmate?" Serena felt embarrassed, struggled to get up, but was pushed further down by him. Face to face, chest to chest, she could clearly feel the presence of his member down there.